Let's talk about the costs associated with obesity. Patients with obesity spend significantly more money on healthcare than patients who are at a healthy weight. Things like exercise programs, diet programs, supplements, extra clothing, and extra food add significant costs, in addition to medical costs. Patients with a BMI over 30 face healthcare expenses that are approximately 25% higher than patients without obesity. For patients with a BMI over 35, healthcare-related expenses are 45% higher than patients without obesity. When patients with obesity undergo bariatric surgery, their healthcare costs diminish dramatically, which can result in significant cost savings over the long term. Often patients want to have an idea of what costs they might be responsible for if they choose to have surgery. The bariatric coordinator in a surgeon's office is the best resource for assistance in identifying all the costs associated with surgery. For a typical procedure, costs may include a copay, a deductible cost, hospital fees, in some cases additional surgeon fees, and depending on the particular requirements of an insurance organization, there might be costs associated with getting a psychological evaluation, doing a 6-month exercise program, or other requirements. Insurance representatives are also a good resource for the insurance portion of the costs.
There was a paper presented a couple years ago at the ADA that calculated the lifetime costs of treating individuals with type 2 diabetes. It's quite fascinating. For an individual diagnosed at age 50, the lifetime cost is about $175,000. For individuals diagnosed at age 30, the lifetime cost for one individual approaches $300,000. That's 12 gastric bypass procedures. So I think we need to put that in perspective. When we talk about cost of disease, we need to really think about the lifetime costs, because for most patients with diabetes, this is not a curable disease. It's a lifelong treatment that's very expensive.
When I heard from my insurance company the steps I needed to take, I took every one of them, and I did my 6 months, did every single thing my insurance company required, was getting ready for maybe a January surgery, and I got a letter from my insurance company that I was denied. First thing I did was I called my doctor's office and left a message for them. It said, "It's me, I've been denied, I don't know what to do. They're telling me there's no way they'll let me go through the surgery." So I began trying to figure out, well, how can I come up with the money to do this? Again, this was my one hope, my one last hope to get myself healthy and feeling better. And didn't hear from my doctor's office for a couple of days, and then they called me and said, "We got the approval." The skies opened up and the sun started shining. I don't know, it was one of the best calls I'd ever had.
For more information, a surgeon's office, insurance representation, or the Ethicon call center at 1-855-273-2549 can be contacted.